welcome back to episode 10, 10 of the Fellas. My name is Christian. This is my co-host Lee. Guys, welcome back. We are now in double digits for episodes. Thanks for tuning in every week or every other week or whatever we've been spitting out lately. We really appreciate the support. We're getting into tournament season. It's going to start to get really heavy. You guys are seeing this on a Friday. This is going to be our new schedule, right? It makes sense for us to shift to Fridays in season because more than likely during a given show, we're going to be previewing the events coming up next week or the weekend of the show. So for this weekend, we have March Madness to preview today. We also have a guest, One Nation director in the state of Michigan, Jason Ayala. Will be joining us today to talk some softball, to talk his position with One Nation. And he is still a player coach in One Nation. So we're going to talk about his teams and what he sees and stuff like that. He's been around forever. He's one of the staple names in the state of Michigan. So really good show coming up for you guys. Let's get through our plugs first. Anarchy Bats, you see the stuff behind me. It's really good. We still have some stuff in the main line available. Use code CH15 at checkout to save 15% on your next bat from Anarchy. We got gloves. We got a bunch of merch. We got a bunch of stuff, good stuff going on right now. So make sure you head on over to anarchybats.com and get your stuff. Pirates Bounty Tournament. We are slowly but surely filling up. People are coming out and they're getting into tournament season mode or outdoor season mode, whatever you want to call it. And we have some spots left in all divisions. Some divisions are getting a little bit tight, but keep reaching out. Send an email to southdetroitslowpitch@gmail.com. You guys can message me on Facebook, send me a text, do whatever. Get a hold of somebody to get your teams in. If you want to get in the Anarchy Bat Raffle, we need a deposit just to confirm your spot by March the 15th. Again, you can reach out to any one of the South Detroit players or our accounts to get into that bat raffle. That's if you put in your $150 deposit by March, $150 deposit by March 15th. We will start collecting payments for the event in early April, so no worries about it there. You guys still have plenty of time to sign up. It's going to be great. We're going to have a derby. We're going to have fences out there this year. There's drinks, food on site. It's going to be a Saturday morning start this year. No Friday games like we did last year. Saturday morning start, and the tournament's going to end on Sunday afternoon. So a good weekend of softball planned, April 25th, 26th, right here in Windsor County. It is the official kickoff to slow pitch in this area. So, Lee, you excited for this episode? We got Ayala coming. This is a big one. It's a big one for us.
Anytime Ayala gets on here, yeah, it can be a big one here. If you don't know who he is, you're gonna get to know him very quickly here on this pod.
And if you haven't played against him yet, you're going to get to know him again if you do end up playing against him, and he's pitching for sure.
Pitching, coaching, guys, doing whatever, hitting.
Yeah. His teams are usually pretty loaded, pretty stacked. He more than Broadstone right now is probably the premier C team. They just won March Madness Week 1 last week, and then Broadstone plays D. He also sponsors a couple of women's teams as well. So we're not going to run the prize. We'll get to Jason Ayala in a couple seconds. We'll be right back. And welcome back, guys. As you can see right here, donning his Silverbacks gear, we have Michigan One Nation director, Jason Ayala. Jay, welcome to the show. Jay's a friend of the show. He's been a friend of ours for a little bit now. We got to know Jay as the couple years have gone on, playing against him, playing with him, a couple tournaments last year and stuff like that. Always a good time playing with them. Not so fun playing against them, as we were telling some of the Canadians here. Maybe some of them will get to experience that at Mojo. Unfortunately for them, it is fun, but sometimes it is tough. Just ask Jared. Just ask Jared. All right.
Fun if you're winning, bad if you're losing. He's all over you if they got you beat.
Yeah. Okay. We'll start with recapping March Madness Week 1. So Berliner hosted their first event of the year down in Columbus. Jay brought a team down. I guess you can call it the A team. A B plus team, I guess you could call it, as we were reading online. Broadstone takes first place in the men's BC division with an absolutely loaded roster. Would have loved to watch those guys play. Jay, how'd this weekend go?
First and foremost, the weather was great. So let's just be thankful we had great weather. It was super nice. the whole day ran really smooth. Bill Walters did a great job.
He
He
has to
ran a
say
really good
that.
tournament. So no, dude, like there, you guys should already know, and I think people are starting to realize it. You never get any sugarcoat from me. Like I'm either
No,
giving you
I
the
know.
truth,
I'm just kidding
whether
around.
no, but you know what I mean, though. Lee? Like you're getting it
Yeah.
whether you like it or not. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I'm gonna tell you if you did a shitty job. So can I? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you if you did a
No, yeah, yeah.
crappy job.
Yo, swearing's
So
allowed. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're
perfect.
good.
Yeah, you guys know I got a bad habit of that. But it went really well. If you want to talk about the roster for 2 seconds, like there was a coaches chat. I know there's a lot of talk about this that our teams get special treatment because of me. That is absolutely false. I promise. Um, I promise you, I get treated a little different, like a little harder for me to build my teams, compared to others. But neither here or there. We have coaches chat. I had a lot of our guys, like our main core guys, live like 6 hours away from Berliner each way. And I was like, look, there's only 4 teams. If you guys don't want to come this weekend, we'll find some guys. Me and Billy J were on the roster. Like, let's be honest. Like, we weren't nothing against Billy, but we didn't build like a B team to go play. We did pick up Jake Neal, Daryl, and Carlin. Jake Neal pitched
Yep.
the first game, and didn't touch the field after that. He wanted to be there to hang out. That he did not touch the field after that. Like he pitched the first
Okay.
game.
All right.
He didn't touch the field. We were hanging out, having a great time. It was a chance for those guys to get some action early, and everybody was
Right.
happy. There was a little bit of a slight disagreement, well, a slight like concern in the coaches chat early because I think they thought I was just going to bring a bunch of A guys, and that wasn't the case. I showed them my roster, showed them who I was bringing. I was more than happy to register a B team, but we didn't need to, and everybody was cool with it. The only person not cool with it is somebody that wasn't there. So
Sure.
And that's usually how it happens.
yes.
Um, Billy, I presume, pitched the rest of the tournament, seeing you got MVP.
So here's the thing, right? Like we have Cody Vance, and Cody pitched a game.
Right.
So
Okay.
we kind of like and you should know this more than anybody, right? Like I want to win, but I want to have fun, and I want everybody to have a good time. So
Right.
we Cody pitched the second game, and then Billy pitched the whole rest of the third game. Cody started, and they jumped on us early, and I mean they played 2 games back to back. We sat for a couple hours. There's never an excuse, but they wouldn't let me take away as the king seat. So you guys know I hate that. I love to hit first, and everybody knows this by now. I love to apply pressure, so they wouldn't let
Right.
us hit first. I was kind of upset, but whatever. So Billy came in and did a great job, shut them down, and he deserved it. Like Billy does do a lot, and he wants to win, and he's got
Oh, for
passion.
sure.
So I mean,
Yeah.
we had guys,
Who who were the other three teams in with you in B and C?
so Pittsburgh Sports Bar played as a B team.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's that.
Seen a
They're
lot about
legit.
their roster online too.
Right.
I don't know what's going
So
on
I
there.
mean, and theirs was legit, and I'll be honest, like I said in that coach's chat, nobody cared. I don't feel like there was a small like, hey, what the heck's going on? But anyways, everybody was cool with it. The
Okay.
J, it's either J and L because I don't think it's JBL, right? I think J and L Amish
Okay.
team, they got bumped
Oh,
from
The
D last year. I
Yeah, like
felt
the 100 win D team,
did they
something
have?
like that.
So, see, that's the thing. I tried to look them up, right? And I was super confused on trying to find these guys. Yes, even as the director, it's hard to look stuff up right now. So, nobody panic. But they just, you could tell they're a D team. And I wish them the best and I hope it works out for them. But they're a D team. And then the other team was Premier, who was a top 3 team last year.
A D
And
team
I'm pretty
last year
sure
too,
they,
right?
yeah, a C team.
Oh, C team. Okay. Okay.
Yes, yeah. There was a everybody was either C, bumped to C and or B. But the
Okay.
J and L team, you could just tell like they were still the Mamish teams are good, right? Not to take anything away, but they were still learning a little.
yeah, makes
So
sense.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, guys. Like I said, Broadstone takes first place in men's B and C. Women's B and C, Angry Beavers, no surprise, takes first place in the women's BC division. Leah Caraba, the guest we had on a couple
On.
weeks ago, she takes MVP of
Combo.
that game. Little story. Apparently, that game, the final game in the BC division, lasted one batter.
Yes.
Leah blew up the box on whoever was pitching on the other team, and the other team quit. That's just what I've heard. Maybe she can report back and tell me if that's true or not. If so, Leah, welcome to. You're going to get a mugshot in here, right next to mine and Riley's mugshot. Leah, you're right there with us for blowing up a pitcher so bad that they forced to quit. Women's D, PBT takes first place. Don't know much about them. I'm sure at Mojo we're going to find out a lot about them, considering Fafo is going to play against them. Women's E, Bafo's old rival, G-Sod, takes first place. Not really sure how those girls are still E, considering they're the Mojo champs last year and they won it. Anyways, who cares? Blue Mountain comes second in women's E. Well, I mean, whatever. Like that's the
There's
only
not.
team
Yeah.
that beat Fafo. That's the only team that beat Fafo last year, and somehow they're still an E team. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. All right, let's get into the meat
I
and
love that
potatoes of
you
this.
keep it like so nice. You know what I mean? You're like, whatever.
It's. I mean, I
He
can't say
always he'll
much
always
as
play
like.
as he'll always play good
Yeah.
cop. He's the good cop, doesn't want to cross the line. If it was me, I would be just cussing him out left,
Oh,
right, and
really?
center.
Sure,
Like
Lee.
we
Lee,
almost
yeah,
were in
Oh,
Lee. Do
really?
Cincinnati.
you do you have any thoughts on G Sodley?
No, 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 no. Listen, I made my thoughts pretty known in Cincinnati when we played them.
Okay.
I want
Uh,
that to be known.
Yeah, yeah. All right. We'll switch over from Coach Ayala to Director Ayala. I mean, to some people, there was very, very little surprise when you were named the new Michigan director. How have the first couple weeks been?
um. So I went into it not expecting everything that happened so fast. Me and
Yeah.
Jimmy had an agreement early, like I was going to try to help the women's program and build a co-ed program. So I was super on board with that. I already had like my D team built. I already had the C team, and then we have a women's team that I was helping a little bit more with, and then we have an E team coming up, and it was like my plate's full. So um, I really don't know all of the facts. I know something happened. Um, Cliff called and said, "Hey, what is your plan?" And I told him, "I don't know, to help." He's like, "Well, if you want to be the director, we'd love to have you. We think this is the right fit." So I told him, yeah, I clearly I'll do it. Because I'll be honest, I didn't know if there was anybody else that we've seen other things fail, right? And I don't feel
Right.
like the right thing is to blame somebody, but we've seen other things fail, and I think everybody knows like my passion or my um, like love for the game, so to speak, is there, and I want it to succeed. So these first 2 weeks have been, or month has been insane because it's like either everybody loves me and they think I'm going to do great, or everybody loves to go back to the oh well, he's going to reclass his friends and he's going to reclass this guy. Like everybody wants to try to always like pick on that, so it's like you can only do so much. So
Fair enough. Fair
it's been
enough.
crazy, I think is the right word.
Yeah, definitely. Lee, you want to go next one?
Yeah, I was just gonna add to that last one is that you won't see a post on Facebook about any sort of reclass or any sort of team and not have you be tagged in it. I literally saw one. I literally saw one today. There was that. I think the one guy was looking for a team for Mojo, and you said that you DM'd him or something like that, or that you PN, and everybody was already talking about how you were gonna get them into the right class for your teams. Like you're gonna deal with that. You knew as soon as you took that director spot, you're gonna deal with that the
Yes.
whole year.
No matter what, right? Like good or bad, and I'm glad other people notice that because as a coach, still, and every before everybody gets mad, there was an agreement made between me, Rick, and Cliff. Like, do the right things. We know you had a D team and a C team ready. Yes, you can still do those things. Just make sure everything's done right. Everything goes through them, so that's a good thing. But Anyways, I already know I'm gonna get the BS regardless, but
Yeah,
sometimes it's
yeah,
just like, man, give it up. Like,
yeah.
golly.
Especially when it's the same couple guys that are just consistently about it too.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Um,
but again, to be fair, like you could. I'm not saying it happens, but you could make that argument anywhere, right? It's not just like
Yes.
guys. It's not just Jay and like Jay has friends. Every director has friends, right? Like
Yes.
you could say, oh, were the Ohio directors really forgiving when they let the kid that was flashing his New York Yankees card last year at Mojo play E? Like what? Like how did you get into right? And it sometimes
Right.
things sneak through the cracks. It's not always a director's fault.
Right.
But guys, take it easy on my guy Jay. His teams are just good. He's not necessarily cheating to make them good, right? I'm not cheating to make my teams good.
No,
Um,
like I will say that the cheating thing is crazy because yes, it stems from like a U trip thing a couple years ago, like 5 years ago, I think, and it blew up so crazy because of that show. If you and you see that show's not around anymore. So, anyways, it's just things blow up because people want them to or they don't want them to. And I thought I did the right thing then, and now look, like U trip's been dead since I left. So, um,
yeah, fair.
the whole cheating thing is
unfortunately,
crazy.
maybe unfortunately, I don't know.
I mean,
All right, Lee, what you got?
hopefully the guy they got going can do it. So, I mean, I'm rooting for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
no, for sure.
Okay, my next one, because we've been kind of preaching it, because obviously we've been playing on the other side of the border, but we kind of want you to tell Canadians about One Nation. Like we only really like a lot of Canadians really know about Mojo. That's starting to get big
Hmm.
on the Canadian side. Ontario teams coming down, and obviously Challenge Cup, and we don't need to get into your feelings about Challenge Cup because you already made it known on your post about what you think about the Challenge Cup. But that's kind of all
Just
we know about
change
American
them.
ball on the Canadian side, is Mojo and Challenge Cup.
So, I know there's like a lot of different things involved for you guys to come across, and there's so much cost, and there's so much extra stuff that we over here don't even deal with or know about. So, for you guys, first and foremost, to come over all the time and want to play, makes me feel like everybody else over there should realize maybe the game's a little bit better and the prizes are a little bit better and the outcome is usually a little bit better because for you guys to spend, and I'm pretty sure it's a decent amount of money to come over all the time, there's reasons. So I definitely thank you guys for that. And I've always told you that, like, whether I was the director or not prior, like, you guys coming over is huge, and you guys have a different game and a different mindset. So hopefully, the other teams realize like the prize packages are better. The game is a little bit better, I think, and the rankings are clearly night and day. So if you guys can find a happy medium to build the right teams, you'll be fine. But it does cost a lot, I'm sure, and it probably deters teams from coming over. But hopefully, I can get some good promotions going and stuff to show those teams like we do give a lot of good prize packages where you're winning cash, like you're winning money right then and there. And it's not just a couple dollars. Like you're gonna win 1,000 or more. Like you're going to win good money to go back with. We do like bats for prizes. So like
Which our Canadian money is monopoly money in comparison to you
yeah.
guys.
And that's so not fair to you guys sometimes when you're spending all this money to always come over and do these things and you're like, man, like look how much we've spent probably overall in a year. I can't imagine. So, cuz I know what I
Yeah,
spend and I don't go, you know what I mean? I'm like, "Oh my goodness." So, and you guys don't bring just a couple people. Like everybody comes, the guys, the girls, like you guys have your group and your knit group and your men's and your women's team and then the co-ed and sometimes you're here for the whole weekend. So,
yep,
I mean,
yep.
kudos to you guys, but we do got the icebreaker event coming up April 11th. It's in Monroe, so I think that's a little bit closer for you guys, drive
Yeah, about
wise,
40,
and
40 minutes from the Ambassador Bridge.
that's probably way better than what you guys normally have to do, right? Like Helmich is
Right.
Yeah.
what? Yeah, crazy. Probably an hour and a half.
Ish. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like
so
that.
I mean, hopefully I can get some of that going for you guys and get some more Canadian teams over there and show that the prize package is good. So the icebreaker coming up April 11th, it's men's E and D, and then the Spring States is coming up. That's huge. Like we pay out good money for Spring States. And I try to keep the classification separate so that I can take as many teams as possible. So when I'm running the E event and the D event for those events, like the big ones like Spring States and a Bash for Cash and regular states, we like to keep them separate so that you can take the most amount of teams. So it'd be nice to get more Canadian teams over here to get some of that because you guys have talent over there, like a lot of hidden talent, and I don't know what the whole holdup is of trying to get everybody over. But you guys also have, and I see a lot of your guys' stuff. I'm on like random pages that I probably shouldn't be on, and people are always like, "How do you comment on this?" I like to see everything, man. Like I commented on a couple of the things from like the NSA people that run stuff for you guys, and this guy was like, well, one day talking about the shaved bats, and he knows like when he tested it shave, and no, no, you don't. First of all, no, you don't, bud. But
There's
anyways,
someone that knows about it. Let me tell
you know what I mean? Like you're asking the wrong guy, buddy. It's just like just to see like and like no disrespect to you guys, and we Christian and I have always had this talk, like you guys are just X amount behind, so to speak, from over here. So like him thinking
Yeah.
that, I think, is just because you're behind a little bit, but
Yeah,
your
100%.
talent level is insane, especially for women. Like your guys' talent level is is where it should be. You just don't get to experience anything outside of throwing like what is it, 12 612 over there?
Yeah, that's what
Right.
it
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Yeah, 612 mat
To a
ball,
mat.
correct?
Yep.
Oh, bro,
You
like
got it.
pitchers, yeah, pitchers do love that because you can throw any kind of pitch for a strike, to be honest. And the batter has to defend so many other pitches other than a one nation 5-10. Sometimes it's basically just flat from the hip and you get to swing.
Yep.
So that is a big
No,
difference.
for sure. Yeah, no, and guys, when I tell you that once every couple weeks, Jay's in my inbox asking, "Hey man, like what can I do as the Michigan director for Canadians?" Jay realizes that Sarnia, which has a few teams, is right across River from Port Huron. Windsor has a few teams, it's right across. We have 27 teams, I think, Canadian teams coming down to Mojo. All of them live within 2.5 hours of a border, right? There's one nation
Wow.
in New York, there's one nation down in Michigan, there's one nation down in Ohio. And for all 27 teams, the majority of the good ball in Ontario is played Toronto and South. I mean, we'll say Peterborough and South, right? All
Mhm.
those places are within a couple hours of the U.S. border. So there's one nation ball to be played somewhere. And for those teams that are
Yes.
Sarnia, Chatham, Windsor, London, even Kitchener and stuff like that, you guys can make it down, like I said, to these events in Michigan, like the Icebreaker on the 11th or Spring States in May. And like guys, these are our world's level payouts for, I wouldn't call Spring States a local event, but it is
It
essentially a
is.
local event, right? Like it's not a world's
Yes.
event, it's not anything like that. It's going to
No.
be a bigger local event that you can still play competitive ball. I get people DMing me all the time, like, "Hey Christian, like I want to play more competitive ball. Like where do I go?" And I keep saying, here's your chance, right? And we've been plugging One Nation, the Ohio tournaments the whole time, but now that the Michigan schedule is out and we have the director here, it's like, guys, Sarnia is, I mean, it's going to be about an hour and a half from Monroe, right? But
Uh-huh.
when it goes to home at Spring States, Sarnia, you're closer than I am in Windsor. We're probably both
Mm.
30 minutes away from the park, right? So if you're a C team over in Sarnia and you're just starting out Super Series C, sign up for Men's E down at Holmich, whatever week that is for Spring States, right? If you're
Right.
a, if you're a B team, if you're a B team at home and you play the same level as Mama's Boys, come sign up to come play D down at Holmich, right? Let's grow this
Yes.
thing, right? Because other cool things could come about it. Like Jay and I were shooting the shit all the time, but like, and guys, I'm not affiliated with One Nation at all. Jay just they
Not yet.
they they come to me because like Jay said, like I'm the guy that brings over all the people, right? So
Yes.
when they want to
Yes.
branch out, they're just asking me like, "Hey, how can we get these teams more involved?" Right? And we've brought up the fun idea of like a border battle, right? We've brought up
Yes.
a little bit tougher logistically, like Jay sent me a screenshot one day last fall and he's like, "What is this park?" And it's Micmac Park. And everybody in Windsor knows Micmac Park is one of the nicest parks in the city, right? Those are some things that this could go, but we have to show our support to the Michigan directors, the Ohio directors, get down there to those events, and then we can have cool things like that, right? And like I said, these events in April, May, ball for us doesn't start until the end of May. So we have people going down the Mojo, which is really cool. I hear teams are already prepping for Weekender. There's a bunch of Canadian teams that are about to sign up for Weekender.
Nice.
You should probably get your deposits in soon. That tournament's filling up very quickly, and then there'll be
Yes.
the tournament in April and the tournament in May. So it is growing, guys. If you have any questions at all, right, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Jay Ayala.
Yes.
He's on
Yes.
Facebook. He's there. I never see him ignore anybody on Facebook, whether it's for a good reason or a bad reason. Jay's gonna comment back, right? If you have any questions, just ask him. Um,
Yes.
but yeah,
It
guys,
and so like
let's fill up these events for sure.
and that's like something I hope people understand. Like I go to you, you and I built a really good relationship over the last couple of years. You I go to you because of your respectfulness and your love for the game. And like you and I do kind of joke around sometimes where we're like we're the same guy. Like you're just a lot bigger than me. So
Fairly,
you're
fairly.
yeah, you're the guy that and I feel like it's the same way maybe over there for you. People either really love you or they don't like you, but sometimes I feel it's because, and I think it's the same way for me. They will either want to play for you or they don't maybe get asked to play for you, so then they like, "Oh, this guy don't like me." Well, I don't know, sometimes people want to do that because they don't reach out. Like
Right.
and you're the
Absolutely.
guy to reach out to. And one thing I will say, and at first I probably wasn't going to say this because I don't know, like I said earlier, I don't know all the logistics, but Christian and I will work together to help these Canadian teams is some kind of way. Like he'll put us in a group chat. I'm going to help you some kind of way to come to these tournaments, and whether that is with a little bit of cost, a free bat. Like I have lots of stuff and a lot of resources to help. I just would like to see more teams and not have a burden of, oh my God, it's going to cost us $500 to go play softball, because I hate that. So
Yeah.
Christian knows, more than anybody. And like he just said, if you guys have any questions, message either one of us. Like I'm here to help. I want the game to grow and I want the Canadian teams to come over and play. And if
Mm-hmm.
there's some things we have to do to help that, we're going to do those things.
Yeah. No. And I mean, like, guys, if I'm not doing this to benefit Mama's Boys at all, right? A lot of you heard on the last episode that Mama's Boys isn't playing Mojo. A big part of that is because Lee and I have pushed One Nation so much that I have other guys that had teams at home. They've put in their own teams, right? So Mama's Boys kind of
Yeah,
fell apart from
yeah,
Mojo because we're going to be on 5 or 6 different teams, which it's cool. It's all right. It's just one tournament, guys. It's okay. Because a
right,
bunch of you were asking me earlier today, like, "Hey, Mama's Boys isn't like you guys folding." We're not folding. We're not doing anything like that. Like,
right,
there's a wedding going on, but like we have some guys on the Mama's Boys that run really solid teams at home that are bringing their teams to Mojo to go try and compete, right? So
which is good.
guys, right? I'm trying to push this and I'm trying to promote this as if I was associated with One Nation because, like, I want to see the game that I've enjoyed playing and my guys have enjoyed playing the past couple years really, really grow. All right,
Yeah.
so let's switch over from Director Ayala. Let's go back to maybe Coach Player Ayala. Let's take a look at Michigan. So maybe what some of these Canadian teams could like preview, right? Like, what are they going to get themselves into? So, as somebody who runs Broadstone or somebody that's just familiar with ball in Michigan, what do you see? Like, what do you like so far from like what you've seen from the Michigan teams?
So the Michigan teams always get a lot of slack, or like they get a lot of like bad look of they sandbag a lot. But to be honest, that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
So like our E program is always so full because I don't think people realize this, and everybody always complains about the E program being so big and the other programs not being big, and they always blame it on like people getting reclassed. E has thousands of teams. So people want to play where there's way more events. So our E program's always the biggest. And if, like you said, if you're D or a C team over with you guys, register for E, because we've already talked about the comparison and like the differences of talent or level of the teams. It's just totally different classifications. People know where they're supposed to be. It's where do you want to play and where do you feel your team's going to compete. Put yourself in a good spot to win. Like Michigan's pretty good at always putting themselves in good spots to win. So our E program has probably, from my knowledge, and I haven't got to see a lot of teams play, but they probably have three, and it's kind of always like this. There's usually three over the top teams that are probably going to
Right.
be very successful all year long. Gremlins, Juice, um, and there's another. There's a West Side team that's probably going to be really good. But in
Okay.
that defense, there's always these Amish teams that are 15 and 16 that teach you you're not as good as you think you are because they start in E. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
they start in E, and your goal as building your team should always be to beat the Amish. It should not be to go to a
Amen.
local event and beat Murder Mitten and be so happy you beat them. Your goal should be we need to beat the Amish because that's who's going to probably always win worlds.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
absolutely.
so it's tough. But then like the D program, like we moved up to D this year from E. Mama's Boys is in D, which I do actually love because you guys play the game with like you guys are just so raw and like hungry into the game where you're just up there swinging. And it does suck that they put the inning ender in D, but
Yeah.
I think you guys are smart enough and you're learning more now. The D program's kind of where the I think a lot of the good games are going to be this year. So the D
Right.
program, you want to build your team to be ready to beat even better Amish, so to speak. But the local aspect of it is teams focus on winning so many. Like we won this tournament, we won this tournament. Those local tournaments mean nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So build your teams to always want to be looking towards the future, not early. And then the C program in Michigan kind of sucks. Like just plain and simple. Like I don't know. It's been like this for a long time. I really don't know how to change it. You can always keep bumping teams, but I swear they just kind of fold and then go right back to playing down. But I really think a part of it is because there's so many teams down, lower, and there's so many more tournaments. There's so many more teams.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to go play six teams every weekend.
Hmm.
So
Makes
it's
sense.
tough. But
Especially, I always find with the states, and like that's my biggest thing is the double knockout, right? Like over here in Canada, in Ontario, we get your 3 game guarantee. You get a little bit more leeway, but like
oh,
there
okay.
are times that you can just be like I know Christian said the story that when he went down to Columbus with Aaron the one time, and they lost 2 games, and they got down there in Columbus the one day, and they were heading home by 11 o'clock. Like that doesn't happen over here, but like it can be ruthless, like in the sense over there. So I can see why maybe some guys are like, hey, I don't want to go up to C, lose 2 straight games right away as a new team and be
Yeah.
done by it, and then I have to wait a month to play again.
Yeah, that I see your point.
Right.
That part stinks because I think all of our events, unless it's just something random, almost every event over here will be a double elimination. There
Yeah,
are some randoms that are
Hmm.
3 game guarantee. I mean, Mojo's 3 game guarantee. So you
yeah,
do get, the most bang for your buck, so to speak. And everybody always complains about the price. And it's, I'm not gonna lie, I complain that it starts on Thursday. I hate that because you're
Yeah.
expecting people to take 2 extra days off of work, and that just sucks. I mean, but
Hmm.
it's honestly the biggest event of the year. It obviously is the mecca of starting the year and softball because there's hundreds of teams and everybody gets to be in one spot. Men, women,
yeah.
like it's all together, and it is the best. And the atmosphere, I'm so glad you guys have so many Canadian teams going because I think when they see that atmosphere and they get to spend 4 days at Mojo, then maybe that pushes them a little bit more to come over and play more because the atmosphere is crazy.
No, for sure. Um, Anything coming up for say, I mean, co-ed is co-ed. Like co-ed here, especially at the lower levels, is super popular. we've
Hmm.
started to see it a little bit more in one nation in the States. Like I know Ohio has some, but even so, it's few and far between. So we won't focus on that. Anything, a lot of the people that message me are like some of the upper level women's coaches here in Ontario. Do
Hmm.
we have anything planned or coming on the pipeline or some events maybe for that women can get involved in as well? We talked a lot of men's ball. Let's see what we got for the girls.
Yes. So the women, I always, and I've always said this, like, and they say it. I see their points. They always kind of get the short end of the stick, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how, I don't know why, like, I don't know a good reason, but to from my knowledge and from what I've learned getting into the game, somehow it was never fair to some of the women because there was never an E program. Women here always started in D, so it was hard to like
Yep.
build the programs. So I think that's why there was maybe so many few teams, because there was only X amount of girls to play on those teams. But
Right.
what I want to do is run some events, a lot more events for women that I can. I want to run at least one a month. um, I want to get them in tournaments
Awesome.
where it might sound shitty at first, where it's C, D, and E, but I want them all to play so that you can get the maximum amount of teams. Give them 2 games and then break them into their own brackets for like a single elim. So every women's team will get 3 games. You'll get to play, and I don't even care if I do it, and I'll do it every time. Like, we'll do a random Facebook live draw. You're going to play these are your first games, right? Like, here it is, they're pool play games. Now you get to go into your own bracket, because the women do get the short end of the stick all the time. And I, like I said, I don't have a good answer. I wish I did. um but in fairness, I asked at early, before I was the director, hey, I'm coming in to do the women's program. I'm going to try to help as much as I can. I'd like to build it. Can you please, if you're managing a women's team, message me so I can set up a group chat? Out of, let's just say there's 25 women's teams total. How many managers do you think messaged me?
Gotta be under 5,
Let's
maybe under 6.
less than half for sure.
It's
For
100% less
sure.
than half. Lee's crazy because I think it was 4. Um, but then they like you know what I mean, like, for you to know that
Yeah.
is like, I was like, what do I do here? Like, I made my post, I made sure everybody's seen it. There was a several comments, but then when you and I'm not blaming anybody, I'm just saying, like, this is what sucked at first. I didn't have any great feed. I should have had a dozen messages, and like, more like all the coaches, hey, what can we do, what can we do, what can we do, what's the plan?
Yeah.
Because when you can put them all in one group chat and keep them all together and say, hey, this event's open, let's play this weekend, let's get all the girls teams, let's do this. It's so much easier communication than trying to always post on Facebook and say, oh, hey, I was running an event, you didn't see it. Like, it's not fair to blame anybody or the girls teams when they know they don't get as many tournaments.
100%.
So I mean, I
Right.
see NCS here is trying to do that, and kudos to them. I hope they do well. I'm never gonna try to knock somebody's hustle, but I I want to see the women's program grow because the women do get the short end. Yes, my plan is to do that, and I know there's a lot of Canadian women's teams. So if we can figure something out and get them over here, maybe it also brings these girls teams in Michigan to start playing more, instead of, maybe always traveling to Ohio, because Ohio gets to play every weekend because of Berliner. Let's be honest, like, it's
Right.
turf.
Yeah. Mhm.
Somehow nobody in Michigan has used their brain to put 6 turf fields together and make a lot of money. I if
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. So um I want the women's to have more events. I do. If it's one a month, I think that's great. And then I hope, people see those in and outs that I posted. If I can take
Mhm.
6 women's teams at the same time I'm running a D event and use the 2 open fields and my umpires are already there, I can cut the cost of the women's event. I can still pay them something out, and then they can play a 3-game guarantee. And 6 teams, you're getting, 6 games, and you're out of there.
Yeah.
So I'm
Right.
hoping that helps. Actually, I'm really hoping that people see that's a good thing, and I can help do it.
For sure. And so, guys, what we've gotten out of this is in Michigan, there's a kind of like a hole in men's C and in women's ball. And we know here in Ontario, We are hurting for events in men's upper B and A, open events, and again, women's ball, right? So there is an opportunity to get more events, guys. We just have to go across the border, right? And just go finally show up and play. Everybody loves going to the Mojo. Everybody loves getting picked for their Challenge Cup team and stuff like that. We all talk about how we want to play in the States more. And again, like I said, you coaches, girls, guys, you're always messaging me, how do I get involved? Like, here it is. We're literally
Yeah.
right here. Men's A teams, upper level B teams that want to play up, go join a random C event. Help that C event run, right? Women's teams, there's the Port Huron border and there's the Windsor border. Most of the women's teams are Toronto and down, right? If
Hmm.
if for a women's event, if a 3-game guarantee is what it's going to take for you girls to come down, I'm sure Jay will work something out for you, right? If we can go
Make
from
it
5
happen.
women's teams to an event to 10 women's teams at an event, I'm sure the one game they'll find a way to figure it out, right? So let's get down
Yeah.
to these events. We'll start. I mean, I know there's no women's at the Icebreaker, but on the May 9th event where men's D is, which is where most of our Canadian men's teams are falling this year, is that men's D division. There is also
Yeah.
women's spring states. And last year, spring states, I believe, was combined. FAFO, I think, came second or third in that event. So no matter what level you are, I know there's an E team playing at Mojo. There's a couple D teams. Come on down, guys. Come on down.
Yes.
Let's bring a bunch of Canadian representation down to spring states. Let's make it a border
Yes.
battle kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Support one nation, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, especially early in the year, we got nothing else going on, right? And in turn, right, like Jay said, when Jay said he's going to try and help out the Canadians, there is no doubt in my mind that he will, because
Yeah.
he's been good to me. He's been good to my program. He's been good to my players and stuff like that. When Jay says he's going to do something for us, he does it for us, right? If he wants to find us, and we need help getting into an event, Jay's always there. Jay's always got us. So, guys, come on down, come play, right? This is the solution that you guys have all been asking me for. Like, I have him here on the show. He's telling you, like, I'm not blowing off steam, right? These things are actually happening. These things are picking up steam, and we'll get it going.
Yes.
Lee,
We'll
you got
make it
anything else
work.
for Jay before we let him go?
No, that's pretty much kind of what I had. I know we kind of talked about earlier, like how being the director and also being a coach, right? Bias, fairness with rankings. You're gonna be seen harder, but no matter what, if your team were to win, your guys are gonna face it. You're gonna face it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure getting players dropped is its own beast in itself as well, right? So I don't obviously envy that part, but I know if there's someone that can probably take it and has the thick enough skin from seeing you play, I know that can be you. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it is exciting to see someone that does care about the game that much kind of take over in that Michigan area, right? Like I've only really seen you playing, right? Like we haven't gotten totally like close, but like I know from watching you pitch, from how you handle yourself, how you handle your teams, which a lot of teams like you guys are loud generally, but never really crossing the line to a point. I'll give you to a point. There's some times where you like to get after it, right? But for the most part, you guys are pretty respectful, but which is nice.
It's usually when we're losing, and like if we're losing in a game, we
Smart.
kind of, yeah, we're like, hey, we got to turn it up a little. Like, let's just get them to argue with us. Like, let's
Yeah.
find one guy, and it's crazy. Nobody's figured that out yet. I mean, maybe they have, and they still let it bother them. But we just know, like, when we're in a bad spot, we got to get ourselves out of it, right? And
Yeah.
what better way than to have a little fun and try to get somebody to go over the edge and throw a ball over the backstop? I mean, I don't know. Things get crazy.
Uh,
Or punch the fence, right,
Yeah, I
Jared?
was going to say
Oh,
for Mama's boys,
of the
it's
fence,
Jared. For Mama's boys, you go after Jared every time.
listen, it's not on purpose, I swear. Like, it's just, I know his, like, testosterone level is like, you can get that guy going. Whew. But I do appreciate everything that you guys have said, and I know you guys both know this, and I know your teams know this. Like, people don't get to see every side of me, and you guys did. So there's like you pointed out, Christian. There's like playing against Jay or playing with Jay, two totally different people. And then there's like outside of softball Jay, that is like a lot of people don't know that person either. So um I don't know. There's a lot, and the director thing just kind of, I guess, falls in place. Like, I don't know. It should be fun. It's been crazy. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I'm
No, for
excited.
sure.
I am excited. I know
Yeah.
that.
Well, we're definitely excited for you. We're definitely excited for your, me personally, we're excited for your team this weekend. Um, we won't make Director Jay make any picks and predictions for this weekend. So we're going to cut to a commercial break, guys. We're going to let Jay go. Jay, thanks for joining us. I'm sure we
You're
will get you
welcome.
back
I
on here on the
appreciate it.
show at least a couple more times this year. Guys, this is Jay Ayala, Michigan One Nation director. You guys might know him as the guy that runs Broadstone and Murder Mitten and stuff like that. But he is the new director at One Nation. He's doing some good things for not only the men but the women in the co-ed divisions as well. So Jay, thanks again for coming on. We'll see you next
Of
time.
course.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Welcome back, guys. We got a couple more things for you tonight. First, Lee and I are going to preview this weekend, which is weekend 2 of March Madness down in Berliner. A couple of us are going down to play. I think Ben Smith and I are the only ones going down to play. We're going to be with JL and Broadstone for this one. So, Lee, maybe that will influence your picks. Maybe not. So we're going to get your picks in for men's D and men's E are going to be the divisions running this weekend. And then there's a couple super serious things that we need to talk about. Some of you may have seen a Google form that went out asking a certain amount of questions. So we want to kind of get your thoughts on those. But let's go first into men's D for the second week of March Madness. We have, what do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 20, I think 26 teams in men's D. Guys, let it be known, I still have my 7-3 lead. So Lee is looking to gain some ground in the point standings. Lee
At
will
least you
make
said
this rule
seven to
right
three
now.
this time. At least
It
you said
is
seven to
73.
three on Facebook. You do me dirty.
I did edit that. So does leading give me the opportunity to pick first, or do you get to go first as the one that's trailing?
I mean, I feel like it should be the trailing gets to go first. You gotta try to potentially make your way back. Does that not make sense?
Sure. All right. So let's go winner first, and then two other teams in the top three.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Or
winner.
no, do we do top three or top five?
We did top three.
I think it was it top three?
The only time that there
Okay,
was five
okay.
is when I took the entire state of South Carolina.
Got you. All right. So pick your winner, and then pick your top your two more
Okay,
teams
I'm gonna go with a winner. I'm gonna go with Cold Cuts. I
back to
thought
back.
they no, they didn't win. They didn't win. Smoke won.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
No,
Sorry,
we're
we're
doing
D. We're
we're
D. We're
doing
doing
D
D.
right now.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. I'm looking. This is where it's the classic. Where I'm going. I'm going to take Aces. Aces is going to be my winner. Um, so the reason I'm gonna let you know where my head's at as I learn this D area, is if you have multiple sponsors in your name, I'm not gonna think you're bad. That's that's where I'm going with. That's early. Just telling you how my thought process is. Top three then, as I get to go another one, is I'm gonna stay with what I'm doing. Is I'm gonna go with Extreme Associates Harper's
Okay.
BCP. And my final one is going to be I have to do it, Broadstone. I will. He was just on here. You guys are going to play from. I'm a guy's guy, right? I'll always follow my guys to death here, so I will pick you guys top three, even though they didn't do good at Myrtle.
Yeah, well, I mean, and for that reason, I have Broadstone winning. Has
Yeah, here we go.
nothing to do with two of the Mama's Boys best players going to go play for them. I just think that is a super talented team, and I know a lot of those guys, and they did in fact play bad in Myrtle. I don't see that happening 2 events in a row. I don't.
Got it.
So I'm going to take Broadstone as the winner. Hopefully we win. Hopefully I got a smile on my face come Sunday morning. Now,
As
see,
you have an 8 a.m.
you
first
see,
match.
yeah. See, Mama's Boys got to play a bunch of the good teams down in Myrtle. I'm going to take. Give me Tailor Made to come second. Tailor Made gave us our only loss in the spring nationals tournament, other than Cold Cuts, other than when they eliminated us. They were the only other loss that the Mamas boys had. Good hitting team and stuff like that. They could have had a lot more runs. I think their hitter went 1 for 5, but apparently he was
Oof.
automatic every other game. So they could have probably put up more runs on us, but they were a good team, really solid defensively and stuff like that. So I'm going to take TaylorMade at 2. And then again, they just won down to Myrtle, so I can't drop them too far. Let's go Cold Cuts at number 3. So I got Broadstone at 1, TaylorMade at 2, Cold Cuts at number 3. I left a bunch of good teams off the list. Sorry, Jay and
100%.
New Religion, Blue Mountain. Who cares? Who cares about them? Fuck, man. I saw their pitcher like chew out the umpire and stuff like that, to the point where like the umpire was just like, "Hey, man, keep it going, or else or if you keep going, you're never gonna be playing One Nation." And like this pitcher was about to square up with this umpire. I'm like, bro, you're a loser. Like,
Yeah,
what are we
yeah, and
doing?
that's the picture we had problems with when we were there too.
Right. And I told him the same thing to his face. Like, you're a loser. Like,
Yeah,
what are we going after umpires like that for? Like, you lost by like 12. Get out of here.
yeah,
Hit the road. Back to West
yeah,
Virginia.
yeah.
All right. Let's go. Men's E. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 teams in men's E. Maybe there's only 24 teams in D. Maybe it's 24 in both. But you got a couple of your couple Michigan teams in here. All right, men's E. Who do you got? Who do you got, Lee?
Okay, I'm gonna take a repeat here. I'm gonna take Smoke, Gremlins here. I think if I'm looking at the point side of things, I'd like their odds to get to top three regardless. So I'll just sit in that spot. I think they played really good. They got a lot of guys that maybe, as Ayala was saying, that do like to stick around in the E because they want to play the most tournaments. I just think that team's gonna be pretty good all year long as they stay together.
Yep. No, I agree for sure.
Second, I'm going right back to my well here. Give me Cold Cats Mid-State J Miller Exteriors from Ohio. Like I said, it's not like there's some sort of special way that I'm doing this until I start to see the new teams coming out and I'm starting to see these teams, then I'm gonna go. And then I'm going to give me Wooten. I feel like if we got to have either Wooten or Tooten or somebody. If I see a name like that, it's fun to say. Give me Wooten.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like your train of thought going to the Michigan team to repeat, but I'm going to go with the other Michigan team. Right. I'm going to go with Juice. Juice.
They're making their debut, right?
Well, debut back in E.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
This used to
Yeah.
be a team that played up. Like I think did Juice not win USSSA D Winter Worlds in Texas a couple years ago, and then they kind of disappeared, and then they came back. Some of them playing E on Michigan Elite last year. Like if Juice is back and they're all reclassed, give me Juice. Right. There's a team that's been there, done that, probably 2 or 3 times by now. Give me Juice to win. Um, I want to pick Smoke to come too, but it's so unlikely that two Michigan teams don't see each other before the final, right? I
True.
mean, we're just picks. We're just give me. I thought Carnage got bumped. Oh, I don't know any of these teams really. Whatever.
Maybe go to the well.
Give me Smoke to come top 3, and then
Okay.
I'll do something different for my fourth one. Give me. Oh, there's an Indiana team. Give me EKS from Indiana. Give me
Yeah.
EKS from Indiana to come top 3. So I got Juice winning it all, and then Smoke and EKS to come top 3. So there are our picks today. Lee's got 4 points to gain on me. Best of luck, Lee.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything like fantasy football, I would suggest some sort of like punishment on.
Easy
But
now in fantasy football. You
uh,
guys, this guy beat me in the 2-3 game by point 0.7.
win is a win. Win is a
Yeah, I mean,
win.
true.
All right. So for you Canadians, we are going to end off on a little bit of Super Series talk. Not too long. Some of the B coaches today got an email asking a couple questions on like they wanted our input on a couple of things that they were looking on changing in Super Series. The first one was, do coaches want to provide their own softballs? Right. So they're saying they would provide us with a case the very first event, and then we manage the softballs after that. Me personally, I'm a huge fan
Love
of
it.
that, right?
100%.
We provide
If any team said no, this would be nuts.
yeah. We provide our own softballs in the States. I, as coach, and I, as like the hitter, I want to be in control over what I hit, right? Slow pitch is an offensive game. There was nothing worse than last year at Worlds, and you know what game I'm talking about, when we were playing the Royals and we
Yep.
were using a freaking dome ball, but we couldn't do anything about it because Worlds gives the pitcher all the power into what he wants to pitch, right? So
Yep.
every time we would get a nice ball put in the game, we would smoke it, and all of a sudden the pitcher would go, "No, give me the mush ball again, or give me the," and that's just what we were playing with. No. If that happens now in Super Series, I want to be able to, hey, blue time here, new ball, boom. Oh, my hitter's up. We want a grand slam. Boom, brand new ball to the wrapper. I'm throwing that thing in there, right?
Yep.
It's strategy, and it's just it. I mean, will every teams have just cases of brand new balls just sitting there waiting for them? No, they're not. But the good teams can use that to their advantage. It's what we're used to. It's what should be done, right? And it just ensures that, like, good softballs. Nobody wants to hit bad softballs, so everybody's just going to keep putting in good softballs into the game. It'll keep
Yep.
the game going quicker. It'll be more exciting and stuff like that. Lee, anything you want to add to that one?
No, I think it's a no doubter. Like it'd be nuts if there's teams that are declining this. Obviously, there are going to be some teams, and I can understand. If you're playing on certain fields at SBC, you're going to lose some balls, right? Like if you're on that back way, 7, 5, 6, like that area, if you're hitting home runs to left.
Mm-hmm.
Like you either you better have somebody going out there to try to find those things, but I mean you're looking at rivers, you're looking at stuff. So I could understand if that's maybe the feedback,
Mm-hmm.
that if there are no's, but I don't really see it being that close. I think regardless of the point, we want to be hitting the
Yeah.
best balls.
And I mean, that's probably the one thing that I think teams might push back. Like, they don't want that extra bill of, like,
Yeah,
hey, we have to replace softballs. But guys, I promise you, this is like the worst softball I've ever hit, especially when it's hot out. I promise you, this thing is terrible, right? It might be good for the first couple innings, but then it just turns to mush, and you all know it. So
yeah,
if we can just put a new one in every second or third inning, then you have that nice, crisp new ball in for the entire game,
yeah,
right? If not, I'm just gonna have my pitcher throw you the mushiest of mush balls, and we're just gonna go play with that, right?
yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
Lee, the second other big thing, and you can take it over from here because you've been around the Super Series longer than I have, is last year they experimented with, and we found out as Mama's boys, not taking a part of the entry and pulling it and putting it towards a final payout for teams. Last year, when the Mama's Boys won C Super Series, we essentially got a crisp high five and senior circuit sweaters. There was no cash payout waiting for us, and a lot of you were surprised to hear that because a lot of your previous winners and stuff like that have gotten those cash payouts at the end of the year. So apparently, what they used to do was they used to take $25 out from each entry and put it in the year-end pot, and they're interested in doing that again. So again, guys, these are things that you essentially vote on when you get your email for whatever division you're playing in. Lee, give me your thoughts on the prize payouts, which has been a pretty big topic on the fellas about the first 10 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, the initial thought is they're listening. That they can try to hide from it, but they're listening because the course
Mm-hmm.
prize payouts are coming in. And I saw there was another person that created their own profile, and they were starting to inquire about prizes. There's no such thing as bad stuff. I know that that person asked Han about what they won in Niagara, and Han asked it, "Hey, should I tell him?" I'm like, yeah, tell him. Like they need to like tell him, right? Like let's find out, right? But. So this is a double-edged sword that I think of. Yes, I think this is a really good idea, 100%. They should do this. There should be something for winning the season. That's what you grind for. I want it to be known though from them that like this isn't coming out of our per event one either. Like I still think that like we still have far to go. Sorry, what I'm saying is like if you're
Maybe.
taking 25 from 30, right? That's $750, right? um, then like is that coming now out of that event alone's prize pool that is coming to teams? I don't
I
want that to be the case.
I think that I think that that is the case. I think that's what they were trying to say happened. But again, transparency is going to be huge, and people are going
Yeah.
to start coming out with, like, I have been told from people that they got paid out the same amount that I got paid out last year for each event won. So were you really taking out the $25 and putting into the end of the pool, or did $25 from every team just simply go missing because the winners have been getting paid the same for the past however many years? Just this year, the only difference is that pot that was supposed to be there at the end of the year just up and vanished.
So wait, so what I'm hearing from you, and this is news to me, so I'm going to ask you a question on this, is that if you're being told that you guys won the same event for one as whoever won event one of B, that makes me question things because it should be on a per team basis. And let's
No,
just
no,
take,
I'm
sorry,
saying that when we won event number one, I didn't know what to expect, right? So event number one, our payment was quite late. Like I think
yeah,
we got paid out a month after Super Series ended. So I had went ahead and asked some previous winners from the C division in the year before, and C's pretty much been at 30 teams forever, right?
yeah,
So I
yeah,
went
okay,
ahead and asked the winner of an event the year before that, and the year before that, like, hey, we just won event number one. What should we be expecting? We actually got paid less than what some of the other people have gotten paid, and they got a year-end payout at the end too. So again, not accusing anybody of anything, don't know what's going on, right? I'm just saying that, like Lee said, they're listening clearly, right? We have some change coming here. We have NSA directors that comment on our stuff. I got One Nation directors now adding me on Facebook. These directors are hearing, right? You got to remember though that like these directors get paid, right? You as the consumer pay their bills. If
yeah,
you stop playing their events, they stop getting paid. So eventually they're going to have to start listening to the player, because if you make your product more attractive, right? We're going to go play that. More entry means, again, more coming to back to us in terms of like prize pool and stuff, but it's
yeah,
also more money that they get, right? And I'm not here saying that they should pay themselves the same if it's a really bad event, a really good event. If they're running a really, really good event, they deserve to be paid like they're running a really, really good event.
yeah,
But in turn, run what the players want you to run, right? We know that everybody has their own thing. Like people are stuck on certain things. We won't talk about 240 bats or whatever like that, right? But it's just like, guys, whatever platform that you're listening to, us, Shane and what he's got going on at the shortstop, post gamer, the boys before at off the bench in the States, these directors pay attention to what we're saying here because they know that what we're saying comes from you guys, right?
yeah,
Lee and I are constantly in our DMs. We're constantly checking our comments and stuff. We're relaying the information. Most of the ideas that come through this show, I wouldn't say most, half the ideas that come through this show probably come from our listeners, right?
yeah,
And they know that, right? We're speaking for the people, right? That's our platform. And if they want to have a platform that's for the players, by the players, hey, we're making progress, guys. Congratulations. We're actually getting somewhere, and like changes like this and asking players what they prefer, especially when it comes to Super Series, is something that people told me when we first started this podcast would never happen. And it's happening 10
correct,
weeks in,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So, guys, that's all we have for you today. Thank you for helping us get to double digits. It's been pretty fun. It's been actually, a lot easier than Lee and I thought it would. And again, that's thanks to you guys for tuning in every week and stuff like that. We
yeah,
are going to
and
do,
also,
yeah,
I was just gonna say I'm jumping in. It's also a huge thanks to our producer who does the editing on this. We would be dead without her. So thank you, for doing this. And now we're going out on Fridays, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without her. So appreciate that.
no, for sure. And like you said, like we just started off as like a little talk show. And like, as you can see, like this has been a learning experience for the three of us, right? Em's starting to get a little bit better with the podcast editing. You guys see different stuff being added in all the time and stuff like that. Like we get nothing from this, guys. We have no sponsors, no nothing. We're just doing it because we like doing it, right? We've now created like this little platform where we can be the voice of some of the players in Ontario, and we find that pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
So, guys, thank you again for joining us. That giveaway that we talked about, the Smash of Sports, like the lanyard, glove holder, stuff like that. We're gonna run that this week. If I can get a video of Leah's middle shot, I'm gonna throw that in with mine and Riley's middle shot as the three most
yeah,
wanted players in the United States right now. We're gonna get you guys to vote on whoever you think did it the worst. And we're going to pick one lucky voter to win one of those smasher things. Maybe there'll be a little something else tied into that as well. But guys, again, thank you for 10 episodes. I think we're 10. Yeah, we are 10. Well, technically we're 10 and a half, but
Yeah,
we're 10
yeah.
and a half, but we'll call it 10. Guys, we will see you after this week. Hopefully I have some good news to report back from March Madness. Next week we do have another event that we have to preview. It will be Co-Ed Mojo. There might be a team in from this area, there might not be, but we will still preview that for you. And then we got the big one coming up. We have the Mojo coming up, like you guys said, 27 teams coming down from Canada. That's going to be super exciting. That's definitely one that Lee and I are going to be at. We will try our best. We always say that we're going to try to get some content when we're there and get some interviews and stuff, but it just gets really super busy. We will try our best though, because Mojo is a little bit more spread out than most events. So we're going to do our best to do that, guys.
We'll
Again,
do it. No,
can't
no,
thank.
we say try our best. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, yeah. If Off the Bench could do it last year, we could do it, Lee. Why not?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you again next week. Have a good one. Swing Anarchy.
Yeah.